Hi guys! Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I've been thinking about doing this video for a few weeks and just sort of toying with the idea of it. And today I just decided that I felt like filming it. So this is going to be a kind of recent film and TV news chat video. So a couple of things that have come up in the news in the film and TV business that have caught my eye over the past few weeks. And I'm just going to chat about them, and if they are things that you're also interested in, then you can chat back in the comments below. If you think that this is an interesting type of video, do let me know and I can film more of these and maybe make it into like a monthly thing. I don't know, I'm trying to plan more kind of like regular things, so videos that I can make into actual kind of series. So anyway, I'll just give this a go and we'll see what we think. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was that earlier this month it was announced that Nina Dobrev has left The Vampire Diaries. She will be finishing up at the end of season 6, which is due to finish filming I think any week now. The season will finish airing in May and then that's it. After that, no more Elena Gilbert. So when I saw this announced to begin with, I was like, oh right, okay, end of the show. Apparently not the end of the show. They have decided to carry on and do season 7 without her, and that has caused, understandably, quite a lot of uproar on social media. Now I don't know about you, but my automatic instinct in a situation like this is to say, this will not work. The entire concept of The Vampire Diaries, the entire premise of the show is that it is really, it's a love triangle between these three people, and then what they've done really cleverly is built in this amazing sort of backstory to it and this rich history, which is just what I really love about The Vampire Diaries. As I've said many times before, I think it's a very underrated show in terms of the writing. I think the writing has been excellent. There have been times where it's maybe gone a little bit crazy, but generally speaking I think that it's excellent. But at its very core, the main person who we're always with in this show, in whatever form she is in, because if you've never watched The Vampire Diaries before, Nina Dobrev plays more than one character, that's who we're following. And so to have her not in it anymore, my instinct is that this is not going to work. We've gone through the past 6 seasons with this character, and I just feel that especially if it's only going to be for one more season, like I could kind of understand if they were maybe going to keep it going for a bit longer. Something like The Office, this is what I'm comparing it to, because when I discovered that Steve Carell left The Office before the end of the show, I was maybe in about season 4 and I was like, no, this won't work. I can't have the show without Michael. It's just not going to be the same. So when I got to season 7 and the time came that he was going to leave the show, I was devastated, and it took me a really long time to start watching the show again after the episode that he left in, because I just was like, this is not going to be the same. It's not going to work. It's going to be awful. But what The Office had done, and I talked to Emma about this recently, I feel like with The Office they made it work because not only did they keep it running for another 2.5 seasons, but they had a strong enough basis with the other characters to really work off. Whereas in The Vampire Diaries, it usually always comes back to Elena, what they're doing, whether it's Damon, whether it's Stefan, whether it's Caroline, whoever it is, Jeremy, Bonnie, whoever it is, it usually comes back to what Elena's doing and what's happening with her. So I just don't know if this will work. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Even if you've not watched The Vampire Diaries, what do you think about main actors, lead actors leaving shows before the end of the show? Do you think it can ever really recover? And if you do watch The Vampire Diaries, how do you feel about them doing a season 7 without Elena? I don't know what to think of it, but yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Second thing that I wanted to talk about was they have announced that they were doing a season 5 of Arrested Development. Again, this is something that I'm not entirely sure how I feel about, and I have to put my hands up here and admit to something which is a shocking thing for an Arrested Development fan such as I to admit, but I haven't actually finished watching season 4, which I know is really bad, but when it came on Netflix to begin with, I started watching it. And I don't know, I got about halfway through the season and for whatever reason I sort of fell out of the way of watching it. I started watching something else. For whatever reason it just didn't grab me the way in particular seasons 1 and 2 did. I think seasons 1 and 2 of Arrested Development are 2 of the best comedy series of anything ever. They are just incredible, they are hilarious, and I could watch them over and over again. And apparently with season 4 it gets to that stage, but it takes a bit longer, and for whatever reason I just hadn't quite got there. So I am going to have to watch the rest of season 4, and that is a plan for over the next few weeks. I'm going to just start it again and watch the whole thing, because I think once I've done that I'll be able to have a more informed opinion of whether or not they should do a season 5. But I think I just always worry a bit when there's been such a delay between things. I think, is there any point in doing that? Do we need to have another series when something has been as good as it was? Do we need to bring it back again? I read something, and now it's going to annoy me because I can't remember who it was that said it or what they were talking about, but it was someone saying that they feel like America in particular, it might have been Lena Dunham actually talking about girls, I think it was, but talking about how America in particular has this kind of desire to just keep shows running for as long as is possible, rather than maybe stopping when people still want more, and that way you end on a high rather than keeping going for another couple of seasons that maybe weren't necessary and the sort of quality drops. I don't know. I think that can happen sometimes. I'm terrible for never wanting shows to end because I love them and I love the characters and I want to spend more time with them, but I do agree, it was Lena Dunham now that I think about it. I do agree with her in terms of the idea that maybe sometimes it's better to just stop it while you're ending on a high and people still want more, rather than have the kind of sad thing that sometimes happens that people end up going, oh, remember when that show was good? Yeah, no one wants that. How do you feel about that? Do you find that you always want more from your favourite shows, or are you kind of satisfied to have it end at maybe a slightly earlier point than it could have? And the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this first little instalment of film and TV news is the Beauty and the Beast cast. Now, I am ridiculously excited for this film. I have to admit, I'm slightly worried because I feel that all of these live action films that are sort of coming out, I feel like they can't all be great. Cinderella I thought was amazing, so they can't all be great, and Beauty and the Beast is one of my top 3 favourite Disney films of all time, so they've got to get this right or I'm going to be very disappointed. But they've been announcing more and more cast members just over the past couple of weeks, and I'm just like beside myself with excitement. Emma Watson has obviously been cast as Belle, and that has been known for quite a while now. I'm very happy with that choice. I'm a big Emma Watson fan. I think I'm more probably a fan of Emma Watson the human than Emma Watson the actress, if that makes sense, because I just feel like I really like her as a person and I like the work that she does outside of the kind of acting world. But I did like her as Hermione. I have a few friends who didn't, but I liked her as Hermione and I was perfectly sort of happy with that performance. So I think that she's a good choice. She, I think, will sort of fit the role quite well. She's got that beauty but that intelligence that you need to kind of play a character like Belle, so I think that she will work out pretty well for that. I have high hopes. However, moving on from Emma Watson, it's as they've been announcing other cast members that my excitement has properly kind of kicked in. So they have announced that Emma Thompson is going to be playing Mrs. Potts. That just fills my heart with joy. I love Emma Thompson. I think she's fantastic and I think that she will make a great Mrs. Potts. They then announced that Ian McKellen will play Cogsworth, which I mean, they could have cast him as any character and I would have been excited about it, but I just think that that's a really, really good choice. And then, to top it all off, yesterday I read a headline that I nearly lost my mind with excitement. They've cast Stanley Tucci as a character who isn't actually in the original Beauty and the Beast story. He's going to play a piano, which I haven't even bothered to question because it's Stanley Tucci and I love him a ridiculous amount. I really, really love Stanley Tucci. I think he is a fantastic actor and a great guy, and any film that he's in I am going to watch. So that was very, very good news for me. The person who is playing Beast is called Dan Stevens. Now, I'm going to just admit right now that I can't think who Dan Stevens is. I've seen this name floating around. I'm going to do a quick Google just now because I would like to know who this is. Has he been in anything particularly... Oh, he was in Downton Abbey. Oh, right, him. Yeah, okay, I guess I can see that. It's better than Ryan Gosling. I'd heard Ryan Gosling rumours for a while and I adore Ryan Gosling, but I wasn't really okay with that. The thing that concerns me about this film, and I'm just going to say that from the off, is how the Beast situation is going to work for the majority of the film. I assume if they're going to follow the story of the animated version, at the end we will see him in his human form. I'm just a little bit worried about the sort of CGI situation or however it is that they're going to do it for him being the Beast. I mean, maybe it'll be great, I don't know. The other thing that, in terms of these live action films, I was told the other day by my friend Roisin, is that they're doing, right, I can't even say this with a straight face, they're doing a live action Winnie the Pooh. Right, I need some answers here. What is that? How is that going to work? I mean, the only person who's going to be a live character is going to be Christopher Robin. I don't think I can cope with this. Like, actually I want to Google this as well, just while we're here. Disney developing live action Winnie the Pooh movie. Right, what? The focus will be on an adult version of the book's Christopher Robin. I don't know about this. I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think? Live action Winnie the Pooh? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I went off completely on a sidetracked tangent there, because the final thing that I wanted to say about the Beauty and the Beast movie is that they've cast Ewan McGregor as Lumiere. I have mixed feelings about this. I like Ewan McGregor, I'm a fan. However, when he does accents, I'm not always 100% on board. So unless Lumiere is going to be Scottish, I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't know, that is the one casting choice so far that I felt a bit sort of iffy about, which I feel bad saying because, as I say, I actually really like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I just don't like him doing different accents. So is maybe Lumiere going to be a Scottish Candle? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, anyway, that was my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on the Beauty and the Beast cast so far? How do you feel about the Beauty and the Beast live action movie altogether? Maybe you're not a fan of these recreations of the Disney animated movies. Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know to do more of them, because it was quite fun. And I think that, I mean, I spend a lot of time talking about things that come up in the news and film and TV land, so why not turn it into a video series? If you liked it, let me know, and if not, also let me know, also useful. But thank you very much for watching. I hope that you're having a really good week, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye! Now being made, some people aren't entirely comfortable with it or whatever, but I love it. Any excuse to get drawn into a magical fairy tale land for me, I'm all